Welcome back to Trades and Trends. Not the best setup I got going on right now. My microphone's giving me some grief, so I'm rocking my iPhone today, but the main camera setup will be back soon, just waiting for some new parts to come in the mail. Look at markets today though. Holy cow, I have not seen this big of a move in years. The S&P 500 up well over 2%. The Russell 2000 up over 5%. VIX dropped 20%. Market participants are saying everything's great. We're going long and strong. Look at the Dow up over 1,000 points. Look at Bitcoin up over 10%. Tech did well. Banks did well. Just about every sector did well. There was not a sector left untouched that just rallied on the news of Trump winning the presidency race. And I don't know if it's just participants expecting that there's going to be large tax breaks coming in the future for big business, or that the economy is just going to kind of magically turn itself around overnight. It's going to take a while, and there might be a little bit of a cool-off effect to this. I don't know if we're buying the rumor anymore. I think we're kind of buying the news, but there hasn't really been any financial news yet. I think this is a lot of just kind of like running on hopes and dreams that everything is about to just pivot around for the better. I think things were kind of slowly getting better already, so we'll just see if that does end up being the case. We still have the Fed to worry about. That is still the main focus here. I'm not so concerned with who's the president and who's in office. I am keeping all eyes on the Federal Reserve. That is where the action is, and we have more interest rate decisions coming before year end. So more will be said on that in the near future. Now, a couple people have commented on my videos, and it's kind of I'm getting some mixed feedback. Some people are expecting the market to crash here anytime soon, which there's no evidence for, and the market has not crashed recently. And I'm also getting some complaints that maybe this news isn't relevant. And well, if the news isn't for you, then it's not for you. Then you might be wanting to search for that elsewhere. But if you're wanting to grow your accounts and you're wanting to maybe get away from all the naysayers who are proclaiming that the market's going to crash, everything's going to hell, the economy's terrible, inflation's here to stay, you name it, right? There's plenty of bad rhetoric that you can find online and on YouTube all day long about how everything's bad. There's a million reasons to why you should sell. But I have video after video after video going back to the start, the inception of this channel, explaining why you should be buying. And meanwhile, the market just keeps trickling on upwards. Yes, we do have a couple little days and weeks where we might get down 1, 2. I think at most we were down maybe 2.5%, 3% from the highs over the last month or so. Things were going just a little bit sideways. Nothing to worry about. We remain patient. We remain diligent. We continue to add to our accounts when available, when we have the funds to do so. And today it's paying off. Today, markets ripped into new all-time highs. It doesn't matter which asset class you're invested in, other than possibly gold. Thinking about it, I've not looked at gold. I don't know if it is also reaching up into all-time highs. With the dollar rising and with stocks rising, and Bitcoin, maybe gold is taking a back seat here for the moment. I'll have to look into that. But everything else is just doing fantastic. Why would you not want to be in the markets right now? It's going to continue on throughout year end. We're going to make a great year finale, and then we will just, based on kind of what the Fed is thinking and what they start to reveal in some of their first meetings into 2025, then we can get an idea for maybe where we're going to go throughout the rest of the year. But if you're selling here and you're full of panic, well, I encourage you to consider the opposite. And I also am considering the possibility of down moves. I do keep that in my field of view, in my perspective. I can confidently say, though, I just am not seeing a lot of evidence that suggests that that is the move to be playing here right now. And there's always a case to be said for taking some risk off the table and keeping it in cash and moving to maybe some less risky adverse type investments, that's totally fine. I'm not trying to shame anybody into why they're not just all gun-ho, long and strong. But I don't think this is the time to be completely out of the market. And if you think there's not trades to be had, Nvidia, Dell, Carvana, I'm up over 100% in less than 3 months on Carvana. Listen, I'm not here to give trading advice, but I am trying to shed some light on some perspectives that maybe, because of all the negative media that's out there, all the negative stuff about the market that's out there, you might see a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, or a little bit of a silver lining to the cloud if you're consuming my content. And now when there's stuff to be talking doomsday about, then sure, then we'll talk about that. But I'm not seeing it. I mean, guys, come on. We gotta be real here. So if you're looking to short, or if you're waiting for a crash, or if you're making losing trades, consider looking up, because we are going to keep just inching up into all-time highs, as I have been saying. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. I will see you all eventually.